Alright guys, so today we're going to be making some Valentine's Day cards using different techniques we have learned this quarter and last quarter. So how I made this one is I just found some pictures off Instagram and Facebook, also used some pictures off the internet. And the first step is to open your first image. So go to File, Open. You can also do Command O. Find the image, so I'm going to use this one again. Next step is going to be opening your second image. So I'm going to do Command O. I'm going to look for that second image. This one I got off the internet. See if I can find it. Alright, here's my second image. So once I've got my second image, I'm going to do Command A to select the whole picture. Command C to copy. I'm going to go back over to my main image and I'm going to do Command V to paste. So just like those double exposures we've been doing. Next I'm going to transform this to make it bigger. So I'm going to go to Command T. I'm going to hold down Shift while I do this. And I'm going to drag it up to keep it proportional. We are going to be stretching the pixels, so it's going to look a little blurry, out of focus right now. And then hit Enter when you're done, or Return when you're done, and it'll come into focus. Alright, so next step is going to be making the double exposure. So one thing you can do is if you change the blend mode by clicking on Normal and going down to Lighten, that will give you this effect. You can also turn down the opacity of one of the layers. So if I wanted to bring the hearts up front, I can turn down the opacity, which will bring the second image through. But what I'm going to do and what I did for this last one was I used this technique. I added a layer mask to the top. I'll move this to where I like it. I want to see majority of our faces. So maybe like something like that. And then with this layer mask tool that I created, I'm going to start getting rid of some of the white space. I'm going to go to my paintbrush tool, make sure I'm on the black color, make sure I'm selected in my layer mask. I'm going to change the opacity to about 50 so it doesn't look too crazy. And then I'm just going to slowly start kind of getting rid of this, maybe bringing our faces in. So just getting rid of that top image so that the second image shows through. If you do your opacity a little lower than 60 or 55, it'll make it a little easier to do this so you're not erasing too much at a time, and so that you can still see those hearts in the image. So again, I'm just going to go through getting rid of all this white space. Alright, it's a little harsher in this black, so I'm going to change my opacity a little further down. Then I can slowly start pulling bits away. And this will just make it so it's not as harsh. I don't see the exact circle like you can see right here. Alright, so the next step, since I did pull this picture off Instagram. I'm going to cover up some of these pieces. So right down here you can see the little 3 dots because it was originally multiple images there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase that. What I did was I just hid this top layer by clicking on the eyeball. I'm going to use my clone stamp. Click on my layer that I need. I'm going to find a piece of my pants that'll cover this up, and I'm just going to cover it up just like so. I can even get more into detail. Trying to get rid of that little spot on this Alright, and there we go. The next thing I'm going to get rid of is this little arrow over here. I'm just going to use the same technique with the clone stamp. Way too big. Oops. Alright, I'm going to put my layer mask on. Next step is you guys can add text by clicking on the text. Drag an area where you'd like your text. And then right now I've got my text in red, so you can't really see it. I'm going to change my size down to maybe 72. Change my color. Let's bring it up actually. And then you can again move that with the layer tool. There you go.